Hey guys, Lugiamasterbrony here from the House of Eyes channel, and today I am doing a Mitsurugi Ogdoadic Vennominaga deck profile. This is a deck I've been working on for quite some time. So I thought I'd just show it off before the ban list drops, so yeah, let's get into this. So, for starters, we play 2 copies of Mitsurugi no Mikoto Aramasa. This is the monster searcher for the deck. Next, we play 3 copies of Saji. This is the spell and trap searcher for the deck, specifically the Mitsurugi spell and trap searcher for the deck. Whoopsie. Then 1 copy of Kusanagi. This is kind of like our recycling. So we recycle the cards from, our graveyards. Now, we move on to our level 4 Ogdoadic monsters. So we play triple Nunu. This is, our monster that we send to the graveyard off of Snake Rain. But sometimes you won't always start off with Snake Rain or even Ogdoadic Water Lily. So you can also use this to send an Ogdoadic to the grave, or any dark reptile, to the grave. So this card can be kind of like a 2-card combo starter sometimes. Next, 2 copies of Naya. Now, the summon is to search out sometimes Water Lily, but it's typically used to summon out Daybreak, so yeah. Next, we play 1 copy of Zoa. Now, this one's kind of to just like refresh your hands and whatnot, at least get a body on board, just in case if something goes a little awry. Like if we need to get out Nunu, but we need, another Ogdoadic on field, we can summon this. Plus, it can get some cards in the graveyard that we need in the graveyard, so yeah. Alright. Then, for our 1 of reptiles, at least for the main deck, we play 1 Reptilian Kotal, 1 Ragnarika Armored Lizard, and 1 Night Sword Serpent. Yeah, so this is for synchro plays, because sometimes we just need to get into the synchros. This is just for a little combo extension, or make the board bigger and then link off. So, and this is also for the Snake Rain plays. Alright, now moving into the rituals, we play 1 Murakumo. This is the negate for the deck, I believe. Yeah, this is the negate. And we play 1 copy of Mitama. This is the kind of like a Monster Reborn. Well, I mean, yeah, anyway. There's stuff you can do with this. Big body, so you can place it in you typically do place this card in defense anyway. But yeah. Plus yeah. Yeah. Anyway, next we play 2 of Habakiri. This is another 1-card starter for the deck. We have multiple 1-card starters for the deck. So with this, you can search out any of the Mitsurugi monsters. Special summon, tribute, so you get a lot of combo stuff going on there. Alright, next we play 1 copy of Alert and 1 copy of Curse. Alert is just to kind of like refresh our graveyard. This is to just, off the Snake Rain plays, so yeah. Next, we play one copy of Vennominaga, the King of Poisonous Snakes, and one copy of Vennominaga. I mean, obviously, you want to get into these at some point, but you also want to fill the graveyard with reptiles, so that's why you play one of each. This one you don't want to see in your opening hand that often. Same to Vennominaga. Yeah, you can send Vennominaga off of Snake Rain, or if you have a Water Lily in your hand, and you also have Snake Rain, yeah, you can just do that. Alright, now moving on to the spells. Alright, we play 3 copies of Mitsurugi Ritual. Now obviously this is our go-to ritual card for the deck. But we also play, as a little backup, Mitsurugi Mirror, which allows us to, well, ritual summon from the grave, which is kind of unique, honestly. Because most of the time you're ritual summoning from the hand. Although Mitsurugi Ritual also lets you ritual summon from the deck, so this deck has a lot of uniqueness to it. Now we play one Ogoadic Daybreak. This is to get out tokens, so we can do link climbing and whatnot. Next, we play 3 copies of Snake Rain, one of our biggest 1-card starters for the deck. Well, as long as you don't get ashed, but yeah. Next, it's going to be a bit controversial, but we play 3 copies of Water Lily. Because this isn't your typical Mitsurugi deck or variant, we play 3 because of Vennominaga. Because you want to get Vennominaga in the grave and you want to summon it off of Water Lily. Next, 3 copies of Prayers. If you're wondering where the 3rd Prayers is, my friend's borrowing my 3rd Prayers for his Mitsurugi, I think, Ryzeal deck. I don't remember what variant he's doing. But yeah, so we play 3. This is a Searcher plus a special summon if you pay 800 life points by tributing, or well, you can tribute one reptile monster to activate both of the effects, in which case you add and then special summon. So yeah. Next, we play one Called by the Grave. Obviously, you know, this is to stop Ash or like Droll, in case, you know, something like that happens to me when you're trying to go off. Alright, now we move on to the traps. We play 1 copy of Mitsurugi Great Purification. Very simple negate. Tribute a level 8, or is it like level 5 or higher reptile monster? Point is, you tribute it and then you just get a free negate right there. Honestly, I could bump this up to 2. Next, we play 1 copy of Rise of the Snake Deity. This is how you get out Vennominaga. It requires you to have your Vennominaga destroyed by card effects, but this is where our traps come into play. We play 1 Planet Pollutant Virus. Now this is another, you know, skip, or this is a turn skip for the deck. So we play a little bit of an alien package, but it's just mainly in the extra deck. But yeah. Now here's one of the ways that we can destroy our Vennominaga. 1 copy of Offering to the Snake Deity. Now what's interesting about this is that I can also use this on my Synchro Monster, and only my Synchro Monster will stay on the field, because since my Synchro Monster will stay on the field and can't be destroyed by card effects or battle if it's summoned using only reptiles, only your opponent's monsters would get destroyed. Next, this is the best way of getting out Vennominaga. Trap Tracks. Now with this, it allows you to destroy your monster and then set Rise of the Snake Deity, which then you can activate immediately and summon out Vennominaga. However, it's also useful for getting out stuff like, well, Offering to the Snake Deity, or Planet Pollutant Virus, Great Purification, or, if necessary, our last trap, 3 Infinite Impermanence. Another negate for the deck, which, this deck really needs. Alright, moving on from that, we go on to the extra deck. We play 2 copies of King of the Feral Imps. This is another searcher for the deck, and kind of like a play extension too, because some of the stuff you search will allow you to continue your combos. And, just in case, we also play another negate, number 38. Because we run a good amount of 8s in this deck, we can summon this guy out. Alright, next we play 2 copies of Reptilian Echidna. Now this is yet another searcher for the deck, but also she can reduce your opponent's monsters to 0 upon her being summoned. Which is also useful because sometimes your opponent may have a big monster that you don't want to have with so many attack points. So reduce it to 0 and you also get a free search. Next, we play 2 copies of Alien Shock Trooper M-Frame. Now this is part of the Planet Pollutant Virus, and this is what we use to help facilitate it, as in we tribute this in order to start the whole lockdown, essentially. Which we move on to Haggard Lizard Dose. Now with this will be a free draw for the deck since you are playing reptiles, plus a free banishment and all that, so yeah. And there is a little Ragnarika package coming along. I mean, obviously we saw it earlier, but we're playing 2 other Ragnarika cards. We'll see them in a bit. This is just kind of just a link too for the deck. Next, we play the final bit of the Planet Pollutant Virus combo with Cosmic Slicer Zerol. This is what you use mainly to search out your Planet Pollutant Virus. Yeah, and so you really need this and Planet Pollutant Virus on the field for the whole thing to work, obviously. Next, we play 1 Stag and 1 Chain Coils. And then finally, we play 2 copies of Melusine. She is also, a great body to have on the field, especially since you are playing basically pure reptiles. She is not leaving except for, like, banishment or sent to the grave effects. Won't be destroyed by card effects, won't be destroyed by battle. I mean, of course you can negate her effects too, but also her ability to reduce your opponent's monster's attack points to 0 once per chain. Pretty fucking goated. Alright, I guess we can move on to the side deck. There's not much to see. We have 2 copies of Nyami, another, reduce your opponent's monster's attack points to 0. Next we play a little bit of, kind of like a kaiju, Miko Wasu, and 1 extra copy of Reptilian Codal. So, that is the deck. If you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And, oh yeah, go check out my main channel, Lugiamasterbrony. Link will be in the description below. And I will see you later, people. Peace out.